All right, earlier today, I spoke with Senator Ted Cruz about the need to drill for liquid gold and a few other things. Please take a listen. So, folks, we welcome back to the show Senator Ted Cruz of the great state of Texas. Senator, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. I just want to start oil prices surging again. Hard to figure why. $88 now for West Texas crude, $91 for Brent crude. And as you probably know, diesel prices now are really soaring. It's going to damage trucking. That's going to damage commerce. It's going to damage the entire economy. What do you think's going on here? Why are these prices jumping all of a sudden?
Well, listen, we've seen diesel prices rise 40% in just since May. I mean, it has really been striking. And there are a number of factors. Number one, we're seeing the Saudis and the Russians both reducing output, keeping their output limitations in place. That's driving up costs. And that, unfortunately, is a manifestation of the failures of the Biden foreign policy. But number two, on top of that, we've got now 2.5 years of a relentless war waged by the Biden administration on oil and gas production in the United States. You know, Joe Biden, when he was campaigning for president, he promised the American people, he said, if you elect me, I will shut down new drilling on federal lands onshore, and I'll shut down new drilling on federal lands offshore. And sadly, this administration has worked day and night to push that radical agenda.
We've seen now, because of these factors that you mentioned, so we've given up oil dominance. We've given up energy independence. But, sir, we've handed it over to OPEC Plus, which is Saudi Arabia and Russia. Why in the world? This is a national security issue as well as an economic security issue. I mean, isn't this just one of the biggest blunders of the Biden administration?
Well, it is, and it is irrational because they're doing it in the name of the Green New Deal, in the name of environmental extremists. But the asinine part of that is that America produces oil and gas among the cleanest production on the face of the planet. And so what they've done is reduced as a relative share American production, and they've shifted it to foreign productions, places like the Middle East and Russia and Venezuela and Iran, all of which produce much dirtier than America does. So they're hurting the environment, they're killing U.S. jobs, and they're hurting U.S. consumers. It's hammering small businesses, and it's hammering a lot of working families, a lot of moms as they're taking their kids to school and they go fill up the minivan and they're seeing higher and higher numbers every time they put a tank of gas in their car.
So the Biden administration regulatory assault on consumers and businesses has now spilled over to a regulatory assault on alcohol. You're only allowed 2 beers a week, Senator Cruz. I'm going to just, this is a family show, so I'll just say kiss my keister. But that was what you said to a friend of mine on another network. But in all seriousness, who do they think they're kidding? You know, this is, they won't let you have gas-powered stoves. They won't let you have pizza. They won't let you have gas-powered automobiles, et cetera, et cetera. Now you can only have a couple drinks a week. I myself don't drink, but the point is, this is modern socialism through the regulatory state.
Yeah, look, I got to say, big state liberals love the nanny state controlling your life. And it seems there's no aspect of your life they don't want to control. As you note, they're going after gas stoves. And by the way, it's not just theoretical. The Biden administration talked about doing it on the federal level, but at the state level, New York State has already acted to prevent new gas stoves in new construction. They're trying to take that choice away from you. They're talking about putting really tough regulations on ceiling fans, which will pull ceiling fans out of people's homes. Listen, in Texas, it's hot as all get out. We want our ceiling fans. We need to be able to cool our families.
I got one last one for you quickly, sir. The Wall Street Journal poll had some really remarkable results in favor of former President Trump, as you know. I know you follow these things carefully. I just want to raise a point, though, on policy. All right, you're a strong policy guy. Trump has an 8 percentage point lead, which is a big lead. More people say he has a vision for the future. All right? And I just want to raise this point. Trump just put out a white paper, I guess it was last week, Unleashing Prosperity. Let me just read you this real fast. Unleashing Prosperity, extending the Trump tax cuts, number one, canceling all new Biden regulations harming workers, number two, opening the spigots for liquid gold, number three, we just talked about that, and enacting the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act to protect workers and manufacturers. He's the only guy in either party with a future vision for the economy, for growth and prosperity. Is there anything there that you disagree with? Is there anything there you think he's left out? I want you to critique it, because I think this is a key point in this election. People want to go to the future, not the past, and he's the only guy with an agenda.
Look, I think we need a positive pro-growth, pro-jobs message. Everything you described there makes an awful lot of sense. I think anyone looking objectively and comparing where we are economically today to where we were economically when we had a Republican President, Donald Trump, and we had a Republican Senate and a Republican House, it's a no-brainer. People's lives were much better when the economy was booming, when we passed the biggest tax cut of a generation, when we produced the lowest unemployment in 50 years, the lowest African-American unemployment ever recorded, the lowest Hispanic unemployment ever recorded, the lowest unemployment for women in 70 years, when we saw median wages rising, we had inflation under control, we had peace and prosperity, and Joe Biden's come in and he's screwed all of that up. And you know, amazingly enough, he's coined the term Bidenomics. I'm going to predict right now the Biden White House is going to regret coming up with that term, because it's like Jimmy Carter's stagflation. Bidenomics is very similar to it. And look, as I look at this presidential race in November of next year, imagine for a second, Larry, you were a Democrat consultant running Joe Biden's campaign. And I wouldn't wish that on you. I like you too much to wish you such a terrible fate. But imagine you had that job. What do you run on? You can't run on the economy. You can't run on the disastrous inflation. You can't run on the disastrous energy policy. You can't run on crime and the rising crime rates. You can't run on chaos on the southern border. You can't run on the complete mess they made out of foreign policy. So the only thing they can run on is that they really, really, really hate Donald J. Trump. That's the entirety of the Democrat campaign, is they hate Trump.
Yeah.
I think the American people are going to vote their pocketbook, their families, their lives, and the American people want jobs, freedom, and security. Those are my priorities, and that's the agenda we ought to be campaigning on.
So, Senator Cruz, are you getting ready to endorse Mr. Trump?
Listen, I am staying out of the primary. I am good friends with Donald Trump. As you know, when you were in the Trump White House, there was no stronger ally Trump had in the Senate than I was, and we worked hand in hand every day in the Senate. Ron DeSantis is a good friend. I think he's done a terrific job as governor of Florida. I'm staying out of it, but whoever wins the nomination, I am going to support enthusiastically, because I think the contrast between the absolute failure of Joe Biden and a positive pro-jobs, pro-growth agenda is night and day, and makes a real difference for 30 million Texans.
We'll leave it there. Senator Ted Cruz, as always, sir, thank you for your time.